everyone, my name is Taylor Klein and this is going to be my final presentation for Holistic Health, and I'm just going to get right into it. I'm going to put the camera down here. It's not going to be on my face just because I couldn't fit the both of us in here. But essentially, this is the collage that I did for the final project of the class, and what I focused on really was the changes that I saw within myself throughout the semester. I feel like this was a very convenient time for me to be taking this class, just being where I am in my life right now, and I feel like I was able to kind of uncover a lot of what was going on in my life and apply it to this class and what was relevant to what we were learning about at that time, and it was awesome. I really took this class very seriously, I felt, and put a lot into it. So this is essentially what my collage here is. I have bricks that were supposed to represent kind of my mask, that wall that I put up, avoiding that, avoiding the vulnerability, and it's essentially being broken was what I was trying to symbolize here. That mask is being taken off. Who I am genuinely is being able to shine through and become more transparent to others. And essentially my goal, my highest value would be to be able to be vulnerable. And so I feel that this is me demonstrating my active, being able to be conscientious of my vulnerability. And eventually, my goal is to have no wall, be able to just have, or if there is some wall, just little pieces of it left, and just be able to mainly be able to see who I am for who I am, if that makes sense. I incorporated the 7 dimensions of wellness or health in here as well. Physical, by being adventurous and taking journeys and going to the beach, which is one of my favorite things, and just being able to get out in nature and embrace the beauty of what Mother Nature has to offer for us. But also I have many emotional things. This flower colorful piece here that's behind my name was definitely an emotional piece, as far as represents how I try to be vibrant and positive, and I see myself in light. So aside from the dark, kind of dreary, boring brick, I did the opposite and made it a flower. And I feel like that's just emotionally represents where I'm at right now, that I feel like I'm blossoming, and I feel like I am breaking the barriers of this sense of wall and having a mask and having to prove myself or who I think society wants me to be. So that's what that stands for. Intellectually, my whole thing over here, I have question. I always feel like you should never settle. DeMartini talked about it a lot, that you should always question. I was raised Catholic, but I don't practice Catholicism because I looked further into it, and some of the things just I didn't agree with, and I continued to question them until I found an answer that fit me and where I was at and where I am in life. So that's part of my intellectual, is just always, there's always more to know about something, and I feel like you should never settle for just what people are telling you. If you're genuinely interested in it and you want to apply it to your life and consider it as a part of you, then you should be able to look further into it and know a lot about it, so that you are familiar with it, and it's not something that just is a part of your mask. It's actually you and who you are beyond the wall. Socially, what I have is be the energy that you want to attract. I've been really focusing on being positive regardless of what my situation may be, or always trying to see the bright side in a situation, so that I can attract those who are most who meet my values, who see me in a parallel there. So that's kind of where I stand when it comes to social. And spiritually, my whole thing, I feel like this is me spiritually as a whole. But I do believe that with focus on the higher power and the greater things out there, that essentially you can become your real self, and that is ultimately what is in line with the higher power is your higher self. So ultimately, your higher self to me means being beyond the wall, breaking through that, and being your true self as to what your highest values are and what matters to you. And in accordance with that, this whole highest values thing, I feel like once you kind of been able to gain a better grasp of it, as I have throughout the semester, it does impact your stress levels, and it does align things to where what was once stressful, you can go about it in a non-stressful manner, or maybe something that wasn't a priority was a priority and you no longer have that. I can definitely say I have. So I believe that this whole thing is in accordance with just being able to balance and have a great overall perspective of where you are in all aspects of life. So I'm continuing on with my 7 dimensions. Environmental. Environmental is another thing. I have a B down here, but it stands for be kind. But also be kind to the bees because the bees know things. So that's why I have that listed there. But also the color also references the environment and getting out in nature and going to the sea and hearing the ocean and listening to the earth and the sounds and everything like that, but also just being conscientious and aware of what I'm doing as far as at home, to help with Mother Nature and to be a friend versus a foe. And occupational, I have it written down here. It says today is the day I write my own story. I feel like I am definitely trying to figure out what I want to do. I still haven't put a definite answer down for what I want my occupation to be, but I feel like it incorporates all of these things here that are very important and meaningful to me. And I hope that through taking off the wall and breaking through the wall, taking off the mask is what I meant to say, that that will show through clear as day. And I feel like I'm no longer really stressed out about it because I feel that once I've figured who I am and what I want, and according to DeMartini, what my highest values are, I will know. It will be there for me. But in the meantime, I'm just continuing my education and really, really enjoying learning at this point. But aside from that, I definitely do believe that a lot of this stuff that I learned from the course and with the values factor, I will take away for sure. I think it's very dense information that is very valuable to me because of, like I said, it's the time that I'm in my life. I'm 22, trying to figure out what I want to do and just figuring out who I am and what truly matters to me and why it matters to me. So yeah, that's ultimately what this whole collage here represents. And sorry my face couldn't be in the picture, but I hope this shows more of who I am, and it's kind of cool just to look and reflect and see how, even though the semester was what, 3, 4 months, 5 months, 6 months, anyways, I feel like it was very beneficial to the changes that I've made personally in my own personal life outside of education and school and getting a career, but my own personal self and getting to where I aspire to be in life. So thanks for listening. Love and light to you all. Bye-bye.